The truth is that all human passions, both the good and the evil, can be understood only as a person's attempt to make sense of his life and transcend banal, merely life-sustaining existence. Change of personality is possible only if he is able to convert himself to a new way of making sense of life by mobilizing his life-furthering passions and thus experiencing a superior sense of vitality and integration to the one he had before. Unless this happens, he can be domesticated, but he cannot be cured. But even though the life-furthering passions are conducive to a greater sense of strength, joy, integration, and vitality than destructiveness and cruelty, the latter are as much an answer to the problem of human existence as the former. Even the most sadistic and destructive man is human. As human as the saint, he can be called a warped and sick man who has failed to achieve a better answer through the challenge of having been born human, and this is true. He can also be called a man who took the wrong way into search of his salvation. Note, salvation comes from the Latin root sal, meaning salt, in Spanish salud, health. The meaning stems from the fact that salt protects meat from decomposition. Salvation is the protection of man from decomposition to protect his health and well-being. In this sense, each man needs salvation in a non-theological sense. So, salvation. These considerations by no means imply, however, that destructiveness and cruelty are not vicious. They only imply that vice is human. They are indeed destructive of life, of body, of spirit, destructive not only of the victim but of the destroyer himself. They constitute a paradox. They express life turning against itself in the striving to make sense of it. They are the only true perversion. Understanding them does not mean condoning them, but unless understand them, we mean condoning them. But unless we understand them, we have no way to recognize how they may be reduced and what factors tend to increase them. Such understanding is of particular importance today, when sensitivity toward destructiveness, cruelty is rapidly diminishing, and necrophilia and the attraction to what is dead, decaying, lifeless, as purely mechanical is increasing throughout the cybernetic industrial society. The spirit of necrophilia was expressed first in literary form by F.T. Marianetti in his Futurist Manifesto 1909. The same tendency can be seen in much of the art and literature of the last decades of the exhibits of a particular fascination with all that is decayed, unalive, destructive, and mechanical. The Flangist motto, "Long live death," threatens to become the secret principle of a society in Besides,